Hey, what's up? This is Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with my third prediction video. This week we're going to be breaking down UFC Vegas 39. There's 11 fights on it, some pretty decent fights, some okay betting spots. We're going to do a recap of UFC Vegas 38, and then we'll get into UFC Vegas 39. All right, the recap of Vegas 38. I went 3-1 on my bets with a profit of 0.85 units. The three bets that I won were Nico Price. I had 1.5 units to win one. Casey O'Neill, 3.26 units to win 1.56. Thought that was a pretty good lock. And then I won on parlay with Douglas Andrade Silva and Carol Rosa, 2.5 units to win 1.5. The loss that I had was Joe Selecki, and that one hurt. That was a split decision loss. I put a really big bet on him that I probably shouldn't went that big. But split decision was a good fight. Could have went either way. So yeah, that really hurt. I had 3.75 units on him. That would have brought back 3.25 and would have given me a profit of 8 units. If I would have hit that, I would have went 4-0. But I didn't. Went 3-1. Still pushed a profit of 0.85 units. That profit with the first video I did makes me 6-2 with a profit of 5.5 units. So still doing pretty good for the first 2 weeks. So hopefully we can keep that going into this week. And let's get into it. UFC Vegas 39 is a great card. 11 fights. You got Mackenzie Dern and Marina Rodriguez in the main event, which should be a good fight. Striker versus grappler fight, and that's gonna be a good one to break down. There's some stars to watch on this one. You got Alexander Romanov, who everybody likes to see. He goes King Kong on everybody. You also got Phil HAWES, who I think is going to be a huge star in the UFC, and I think he's going to have a great fight on this one. Lupita Godinez, she's good. She had her last fight, didn't go her way, but I think she won that fight. But we'll see. We'll break down all these fights and see. I got a lot of bets on this card. I usually try to bet 5 bets. I got 6 bets in on this card, and we'll go over each and every one of them. So let's get into it. The first fight is going to be in the men's lightweight division, and it's Charlie Ontiveros versus Steve Garcia. You got Charlie Ontiveros is 11-7. He's plus 250 right now, and he's pretty good. I mean, he's all right. We got Steve Garcia. He's 11-4. He's minus 310, big favorite, and he should be. I got Steve Garcia in this fight. Charlie Ontiveros, he's got like karate stance. He does some karate stuff, throws some wild stuff. He's very easy to take down. He quits. He's been, all of his losses are all knockouts, and out of the 7, I watched them all, but one, they were pretty much quitting. They weren't really TKOs or KOs. He would just get hit a bunch and then just quit, fake an injury. Steve Garcia is super tough. He's got good striking, good ground. He's good everywhere, and he's super tough. So I got Steve Garcia by first round TKO, maybe second round TKO, but Charlie Ontiveros, if he doesn't win right away, he will find a way out. And I don't see him being able to win against Steve Garcia. I do have Steve Garcia in one of my parlays we'll get to when we get to that fight. But yeah, I'm all over Steve Garcia on this one. Second fight is in the women's strawweight division. We got Lupita Godinez versus Sam Hughes. Lupita Godinez is 5-1. She's minus 190. Sam Hughes is 5-3. She's plus 155. This is a rematch. They actually fought twice in the amateurs. The first one was a draw. The second one went to Lupita Godinez. And this one should be a good fight. I mean, both girls like to stand and strike. I just think Godinez hits way harder. She's way smoother. Godinez hit 3 takedowns on Jessica Penne, even though she lost. I thought she won. But she showed she's got better wrestling. She's got good wrestling. So I think she'll be able to take Sam Hughes down in this if she wins. Sam Hughes might try to clinch her a lot. She likes to clinch up against the cage, but I just don't like, just like their other 2 fights, I don't think it's going to work in this one. I do think it's going to be a good fight. No knockouts or nothing, but I got Godinez winning 3 rounds, maybe 2 out of 3, but possibly 3. But I do got Godinez winning, and I do have her in 2 parlays that we'll get to when we get to them. The next fight is in the men's featherweight division, and it is Charles Rosa versus Damon Jackson. This should be a pretty good fight. Charles Rosa's 14-5. He's plus 150 right now. Damon Jackson's 18-4, 1-1, and he's minus 180. And this should be a good fight. They're both grapplers. A little bit of striking. They do a little bit of striking, but it's going to be a grapplers match. I favor who to win in this, whoever would be able to land the takedowns. And from what I've seen, Charles Rosa, if he fights anybody stronger than him, they're able to take him down and stay out of his submissions. Anybody can strike with him. And Damon Jackson's going to be a little bigger. I believe he's like 5'11", where Charles Rosa's 5'9". Damon Jackson's good everywhere too. He's been knocked out a couple times, but I do believe that his wrestling, he's got the jiu-jitsu to stay with Charles Rosa. He's got the striking, and he's going to be a little bigger. I do believe he's going to be able to be the one getting the takedowns. So I do have Damon Jackson winning this by decision, but it's like I said, it's going to be a good back and forth fight. Grapplers fight, should be a lot of scrambles, a lot of reversals. I don't see anybody getting submitted, so Damon Jackson by decision. Next, we move to the men's heavyweight in a good fight. We got Alexander Romanov taking on Jared Vanderaa. Romanoff is 14-0. He's minus 425. Jared Vanderaa is 12-5, and he's plus 325 right now. This is another striker versus grappler match. Romanov, even though he does have some good, powerful striking, it's different. It's not. He doesn't got all the basics down. He just throws power, tries to get into clinch, slam people, which he's got some of the best slams I've ever seen. And then he likes to go King Kong on people. That's what they call him. And he likes to go King Kong and just pound people out. And Jared Vanderaa, he's got decent striking. He's a big guy, 6'4", but he has no grappling. When he fought Sergey Spivak tore him up. I mean, took him down at will and just beat him up. He had no answer for it. And I believe Romanov's better at everything that they do than Spivak is. And he's just like bigger. So, yeah, I got Romanov by mauling in this. I'm seeing a first round TKO, but it might go to the second. But I mean, Vanderaa had nothing for Sergey Spivak, so I don't see him having anything here. I do have Romanov in two parlays, and one of them is with Lupita Godinez, and I have 1.85 units to win 1.54 units. And I did get Romanov early. I got him at minus 410, and I believe right now he's about minus 570. When I wrote this, I had him at minus 425, but I believe right now he's at least minus 550 to 570, and he should be. I think he's just going to tear him up. All right. The next fight, we have Lauriano Storapoli versus Jamie Pickett. Lauriano Storapoli is 9-4. He's minus 225 right now, and he's fighting Jamie Pickett, who's 11-6, and he's minus 180. This should be a pretty good fight. Neither one of these guys are real dangerous, but they're both durable. They're both good fighters. They're just not very dangerous. I see this being a good striking match. It's really, I believe the odds should be a lot closer than Starapoli, that big of a favorite. Starapoli is good. I've seen him fight Tim Means and all them and hang in there with them. And but Jamie Pickett's going to be a bigger guy. He's going to have the reach on him. He's got a 9-inch reach advantage, and he's just going to be the bigger guy. And Staropoli's been fighting his whole career at 170. Came up last fight against Roman Delise at 185 and just got held up against the fence the whole time. I mean, he couldn't do nothing. And that was just really a boring fight, but that's what happens when you're the smaller guy at 185. And now he's going to be fighting Jamie Pickett, who's even bigger. But he doesn't do the same things. He's not like a wrestler, grappler. So I expect this to be like kind of like a decent striking match. And I think it's going to be kind of boring. Probably a lot of cage work and stuff like that. But I am going to take Starapoli for decision. I just don't think that he should be as big a favorite as he is. I mean, I could see him minus 150 or something. He's still got to prove stuff at 185 to me. But Jamie Pickett's just not very good. Like, he's not very good. The next fight, I don't have no bets on that one. The next fight, we have men's bantamweight division at 135. Should be a good fight. We got Chris Gutierrez versus Felipe Corrales. Chris Gutierrez is 16-4, and he's minus 255. You got Felipe Colares, is 10-2, and he's plus 200. This is another good fight. It should be a good fight. Kind of like a striker versus grappler. I expect Colares to try to get this fight to the ground as quick as he can with Chris Gutierrez. I mean, he'll stand with him for a little bit, but Gutierrez's leg kicks are super strong. He's got good boxing, super tough guy. The only little weakness I could see is his grappling. Like when he had that fight with Cody Durden, got taken down in the first round and was backpacked the whole round. Actually got a 10-8 against him. Came back and won the other 2 rounds, but it wasn't enough. He got a draw. That kind of stuff worries me, but I think he's the better fighter. I think he's the better striker. I believe he's like a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so he shouldn't get tapped out, and he's got good takedown defense. So this should be a good fight. I expect it to go all 3 rounds. We got Felipe Claris. Like I said, he's got to try to get this fight to the ground. I don't think he's going to have that good of luck doing it. I see Chris Gutierrez hitting him with a lot of leg kicks, some good punches. And I'm going to take Gutierrez for a decision, but I wouldn't be surprised, like shocked, if he got a 2nd or 3rd round TKO with leg kicks like he did against Vince Morales, because the dude kicks hard. I mean, he stays at range. He does what he's supposed to do. He sticks to his game plan, and the dude kicks hard. So that's what I'm hoping happens, because I got Chris Gutierrez in a bet, a 3-unit parlay with another guy we'll be getting to soon. I'll break that one down. All right. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got Phil Haas versus Duran Nguyen. Phil Haas is 11-2, and he's minus 275. And we got Darren Nguyen, who's 7-2, and he's plus 235. This should be a great fight. You got 2 wrestlers. Both these guys wrestled high school and in college. Duran made it a little farther with his wrestling. But yeah, you got two good fighters, 2 good wrestlers. But you got Phil Haas, who is 6 foot tall with a 77-inch reach, against Duran Nguyen, who's 5'6" with a 70-inch reach. So Phil Haas is going to have a 6-inch height advantage and a 7-inch reach advantage, which is huge when you're talking about wrestling, when you're talking about striking, everything to do with MMA. So, I mean, even if Duran wins a little better in wrestling, I mean, he don't have the jiu-jitsu to back it up. So even if he gets Phil Haas to the ground, Phil Haas is going to get right back up. I see Duran win maybe having a little success in the first round with his takedowns, but once he realizes he can't do nothing with them, he's just going to have to stand and strike with Phil Haas, and that's not going to be good. Phil Haas has great, powerful striking. He's got his improved cardio after his last win with Dawkins. Even Nazardine Imanov that he beat, that guy's pretty good. You see what he just did to Ian Heinisch. So yeah, I mean, I got Phil Haas all day in this fight. I believe first round is going to be tough a little bit, and then after that, once Phil starts taking over, once the wrestling's done, it goes to striking. I got Phil. I'm gonna take Phil Haas with a late 2nd or early 3rd round TKO, but Duran wins tough, so it could go to decision. But yeah, I'm taking Phil Haas for sure. And I got Phil Haas on 2 parlays to finish him out. I got Phil Haas with Lupita Godinez. I got 2.5 units to win 2.5 units. And then I also have Phil Haas with Chris Gutierrez, and that's the 3 units to win 2.5 units. And I'll go over all these bets again at the end. But yeah, I don't usually like doing parlays, but this card was hard. I mean, like maybe 80% of the fighters are over plus 200 favorites, and I really do think that most of them should beat the people they're fighting, because they're at, should be a level above them. But we'll see. All right, next fight, I got fight number 8. Is a women's flyweight, 125, and should be a great one, a great scrap. We got MARIYA Agapova versus Sabina Mazo. MARIYA Agapova is 9-2. She's plus 130. Sabina Mazo is also 9-2, and she's gonna be minus 160. This should be a good fight. You got 2 tall girls for the division. They're both long. They're both rangy strikers. They got a little bit of power to them. Agapova was the girl that was, I think, minus 1,800 against Shanna Dobson, and she came out and just went nuts. Beat the crap out of Dotson that first round, took her down, but she just came out for the finish way too hard. And by 1 minute into that second round, you could tell she was done. She gassed herself out and was done, and ended up getting TKO by Shanna Dobson, which was terrible. But she's young. She's 22 years old, so I'm gonna chalk that up to just being young and wanting to go out there and just make a big splash. And she just, them are the lessons you learn in fighting. You learn you got to control your energy, stamina, all that. You can't run out of gas against anybody, because even Shanna Dobson, who's just terrible, will get you. She's fighting Sabina Mazo, who I'm pretty high on. She's tall, rangy striker. She's got a little bit of ground game, but not against somebody else that has a ground game. This should be a good fight. I mean, like I said, they're both tall girls, both got good reach for the division. They're both active strikers. I think Agapova has a lot more. She just throws a lot more punches, a lot more kicks. She's gonna go for more takedowns, I believe. Sabina Mazo, she's kind of slow. She throws a lot of 1-2s. She'll kind of disguise some kicks behind them, like she did with Justine Kish, got her out. But I had her losing. I bet on her, but she was losing to Justine Kish before she got that last minute knockout in the 3rd round. She's good. They're both good. They both got bright futures. In this fight, though, I'm going to go ahead and go with the underdog, actually, MARIYA Agapova, because I think the striking is going to be similar. I think Agapova is a little faster, but I do think that she's going to land more shots, and I do think the grappling will go to her. I think she has better takedowns than Mazo, and once Mazo's on her back, she's not very good at getting up. So I think that Agapova in a crazy fight, it should be a good back and forth fight. I got Agapova beating Sabina Mazo, and it's just, I got decision, but man, this fight's going to be crazy. I did bet 1 unit on MARIYA Agapova at plus 130, so I took the underdog bet, and like I said last time, she's minus 1500, and she blew her wad. She didn't just get beat down for 3 rounds and show she wasn't a good fighter. She was beating her until she blew her wad. So yeah, we'll go with MARIYA Agapova, and hopefully the underdog pick comes through. All right, fight number 9. This is going to be a good one too in the men's flyweight division. We got Tim Elliott versus Matthias Nikolao. Tim Elliott's 17, 11, and 1, and right now he's plus 155. We got Matthias Nikolao, who is 16 and 2, and he's plus 190. This should be a good fight. You got Tim Elliott, who's a great wrestler, got his little herky jerk striking, a lot of energy, and he's going to be fighting Matthias Nikolao, who's got good striking, good powerful striking, a lot more powerful than Tim Elliott's. He's got great BJJ, black belt. He's got KO power. He's got good wrestling. I believe he's got everything you need to beat Tim Elliott. Like, Tim Elliott's good. Tim Elliott's going to come out in that first round, moving around a lot. He might land a couple takedowns, but I don't even know if he wants to take down Nikolao. I mean, I think Nikolao will be able to submit Tim Elliott. I've seen him submitted so many times. Tim Elliott also runs out of gas. To me, I bet him in the last fight against Espina. Yeah, against this, I think it's Espinoza. There you go. And he won, and he controlled him for like 13 minutes out of 15 minutes, but he was gassed. I mean, he was so gassed. He wasn't doing no damage, wasn't doing nothing. And Espinoza is one of the worst flyweights to ever fight in the UFC. And Tim Elliott was gassed. Even after that fight, he said he didn't win that fight. He said Tim Krause won that, or his coach, James Krause, won that fight through him. He said, I was tired, I was done, I didn't even want to fight no more, but James Krause willed me on. And that might work against Espinoza, but that's not going to work against Matthias Nikolao. So I do see this being a good fight in the first round. Tim Elliott might even have success, might even win that first round, but after that, I see it a lot like the Brandon Royval fight, where he just gasses out, and I think he's either going to get knocked out, and he could even get knocked out in the first round. He might not even have success in the first round. But I see him either getting knocked out or submitted. And I'm going to take Matthias Nikolao with the 3rd round submission. I got Matthias Nikolao. I took him in a straight bet. I got 2.5 units to win 1.47. I actually got him at minus 170. The line's moved a lot now. It's pretty much about minus 200. So, yeah, I like Nikolao a lot in that fight. I like a lot in that fight. All right, we're to the co-main event now. We're men's welterweight 170, Randy Brown versus Jared Gordon. You got Randy Brown, who's 13 and 4, and he is minus 250. You got Jared Gordon, who's 18 and 6, and he's plus 195. This is a great fight. Both these guys are great MMA artists. They're good everywhere. The odds seem really big. I mean, Randy Brown at minus 250 seems like a lot. Even though I do like Randy Brown, and I mean, I think he has a better ground game, and he's longer. I just don't think the odds should be that. I think the odds should be maybe Randy Brown minus 160. This should be a great fight standing up. If Jared Gooden does touch Randy Brown's chin, he could end him, because Randy Brown, I mean, I wouldn't say as a suspect chin, but I've seen him get dropped, seen him get knocked out a bunch. Nico Price hit him with them hammer fists from the bottom. Vicente Luque got him with them knees. So, I mean, he is good. He's beatable, but I think he's up and coming. Like, I think he's going to be very good here in like 2 years. He could be getting in the top 10. But Jared Gooden's also good, built, good striking, good grappling, good everything. I'm going to go ahead and take Randy Brown by decision on this fight, but I wouldn't bet on this fight at all, especially at them odds. If anything, I'd probably bet Jared Gooden, because I think that, I mean, all the value's on him. But yeah, I don't have no bets in on this fight, and I don't plan on betting it, but I will take Randy Brown by decision in a great fight. I mean, it could almost be like the Alan Jouban fight, where they just each land 100 significant strikes apiece and some good grappling and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to take Randy Brown by decision. And now we're to the main event. which is going to be a good fight. Great striker versus grappler, classic, the most classic striker versus grappler match you can have. You got Mackenzie Dern, who's 11-1, minus 160, versus Marina Rodriguez, who's 14-1-2, and plus 130. This fight's going to be great. Marina Rodriguez is a long, tall striker. She's got KO power. She KO'd Amanda Ribas, who we all seen. She really worked over Mackenzie Dern. Is right when Mackenzie Dern came back from having a baby. But yeah, Mackenzie Dern couldn't get no takedowns. Ribas got some takedowns on her. Ribas basically kind of embarrassed Mackenzie Dern that fight. And was doing good against Marina Rodriguez. Took her down in the first round, was doing good, and then second round just got caught and knocked out. Excuse me. But yeah, this is going to be a real good fight. You got Mackenzie Dern, who if she's going to have to go out there and kind of sell out for the takedowns. I mean, she's going to have to go after him, and she really doesn't have good takedowns. So that's where it's kind of tough to call this fight. But yeah, the striking, I mean, Mackenzie Dern's striking has been getting better, but it's not on the level of Marina Rodriguez. And Marina Rodriguez is going to be a lot taller and longer. So it basically comes down to Mackenzie Dern has to go out there, I believe, in that first round, second round, and get a takedown and get the submission. Because if this goes into round 3, 4, and Mackenzie Dern's tired from doing takedowns and trying all that, she's going to get finished because Marina Rodriguez is a finisher. So it's a very scary fight. I'm not going to bet it. I am going to take Mackenzie Dern to get a first or a second round sub, but I'm not going to bet this fight. If the odds do, I see Mackenzie Dern rising up to plus 170, or I mean minus 170. Marina Rodriguez is minus 140. If them odds do climb enough and get up to like, plus 170, 175, then I will have to put, maybe a half a unit bet on Rodriguez because, I mean, this fight's 50-50. Either Dern gets it to the ground and gets a submission or Marina Rodriguez takes over and, I mean, is just going to embarrass her on the feet. So I'm going to go ahead and take Mackenzie Dern, like I said, by first or second round sub, but I'm not going to bet it at all. So yeah, them are all my predictions for the 11 fights. It's a short card. I do want to go over now all the bets that I said during them picks. So the first bet that I have is Matthias Nikolao, and this is a straight bet, 2.5 units to win 1.5 units. We got MARIYA Agapova, 1 unit to win 1.3 units. To the parlays, we got Alexander Romanov and Lupita Godinez, 1.85 units to win 1.54 units. Lupita Godinez and Phil Haas, 2.5 units to win 2.5 units. Romanoff and Steve Garcia, 2 units to win 1.2 units. And then Phil Haas and Chris Gutierrez, 3 units to win 2.4 units. And this should be a good fight. I'm hoping all these favorites cover. This is really, like I said, a harder card to handicap and, and pick fights because it's a lot of favorites, like 80% are plus 2 or minus 200 favorites. So you got to kind of parlay, even though, like I said, I don't really like parlaying, but you got to do it sometimes. And I'm hoping to hit these ones. I'm going to post all my bets at the bottom of this video. And please like and subscribe and comment on this. I hope we all win some money this week. I'll be back next week for the week 4 or the 4th video breakdown. And thank you guys for watching my videos and helping me do all this stuff. Thank you guys.